Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You've heard it your whole life. Sounds scientific, right? Except it was actually marketing. That phrase was popularized in the early 1900s by cereal companies. Yep, the people selling you cornflakes. Now, breakfast can be important for some people, especially kids or athletes, but it's not magically healthier just because it's in the morning. Skipping breakfast won't destroy your metabolism or make you faint by noon. In fact, studies show some people do better focusing their meals later in the day, like with intermittent fasting. What really matters isn't when you eat, but what you eat and how much junk you skip. So, if your most important meal includes 3 donuts, it's probably not a health strategy. Next time someone says, breakfast is everything, just remember that slogan was cooked up in a marketing meeting, not a science lab. Still, if you love your pancakes, enjoy them. Just don't let a century-old cereal head guilt trip you into it. Humans swallow 8 spiders per year while sleeping. Let's crush this one forever. No, you do not eat spiders in your sleep. That myth has crawled all over the internet for years, but it's completely made up. Spiders don't want anything to do with humans. We're big, noisy, warm, and we breathe out vibrations that scream danger to a spider. They're not crawling into your mouth. That's basically an earthquake zone to them. The origin of the myth? It likely came from a 1990s hoax article written to prove how easily misinformation spreads online, and it worked a little too well. So, sleep peacefully knowing your midnight snacks don't include arachnids. If you ever find a spider near your bed, it's probably chasing a fly, not planning a kamikaze mission. Carrots give you night vision. If this one sounds like wartime propaganda, that's because it is. The carrots give you night vision myth started during World War II, when the British Royal Air Force claimed their pilots could see in the dark because they ate lots of carrots. In reality, they were covering up radar technology that helped them spot enemy planes at night. The carrot story was pure disinformation, and people bought it. Now, carrots are healthy. They're full of beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A, essential for eye health. But eating a mountain of carrots won't turn you into a night vision superhero. At best, you'll just end up slightly orange. So yes, carrots help your vision, but not like that. If you want real night vision, you'll need night vision goggles, not salad. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. You've probably heard people say, don't worry, lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, tell that to the Empire State Building. That skyscraper gets hit by lightning about 25 times every year. Lightning isn't keeping a checklist. It doesn't think, oh, I've already been here. It's just electricity looking for the fastest path to the ground. And tall metal structures are basically giant hit me signs. In fact, places that are tall, isolated, or conductive are more likely to get hit repeatedly. Even people can be struck more than once. One unlucky US park ranger was struck 7 times and survived all of them. So next time someone says lightning never strikes the same place twice, you can politely reply, it absolutely does. And it has favorite spots. You should pee on jellyfish stings. If you've ever been to the beach, someone probably told you this life hack. But here's the truth. Peeing on a jellyfish sting doesn't help. It can actually make it worse. Jellyfish tentacles contain tiny stingers called nematocysts, which inject venom when triggered. Urine, salt, and temperature can cause those cells to fire even more venom. What actually helps? Rinse the area with vinegar to neutralize the stingers, then soak it in hot water to reduce pain. And ideally, get medical help if it's a serious sting. The pee myth likely came from a Friends episode where Joey pees on Monica, which tells you everything you need to know about its scientific credibility. So no, your bladder isn't a first aid kit. Next time someone suggests it, tell them, let's stick with vinegar, not urine. Camels store water in their humps. Nope, camels are not walking water tanks. Their humps don't store water, they store fat. That fat acts like a reserve energy source, not a hydration tank. So where does the water go? In their bloodstream and tissues like every other animal. What makes camels special is how they use water. They can lose up to 25% of their body weight in fluid and still function, something that would kill a human. They also have amazing adaptations. Oval-shaped red blood cells that help blood flow even when dehydrated, and the ability to rehydrate ridiculously fast, drinking up to 40 gallons in one go. Their bodies are basically optimized desert survival machines. So next time you see a camel, don't think water bottle with legs. Think walking battery pack. Chameleons change color to camouflage. The classic myth, chameleons instantly blend into any background like little reptile ninjas. Cool idea. Totally wrong. Chameleons don't change color to hide. They do it to communicate, regulate temperature, and show mood. Bright colors mean excitement, aggression, or trying to impress a mate. Darker tones help them absorb heat or cool off. They have special skin cells called iridophores that reflect light in different ways, creating all those shifting colors. It's less stealth mode and more mood ring meets disco ball. So that green chameleon sitting on a leaf, it's not blending in, it's just chill. And that bright red one, probably angry, stressed, or flirting. Next time you see a chameleon, don't think camouflage expert. Think tiny emotional LED screen. Sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away. You've probably heard this one. It sounds terrifying, but in reality, that's a bit exaggerated. Sharks have an incredible sense of smell. Yes, one of the best in the animal kingdom. But they can't detect one drop of blood across miles of water. That would be like smelling a pizza from another country. Here's what's true. Sharks can detect tiny concentrations of substances, about 1 drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. That's roughly the size of a small swimming pool, not the whole ocean. They use smell to locate prey nearby, but water currents, distance, and direction all matter. If the current's not carrying the scent their way, they won't even notice. So unless you're bleeding in the shark's neighborhood, it probably doesn't care. They're not psychic hunters, just really good at local sniffing. Next time you're at the beach, relax. Sharks aren't miles away planning an attack. They're busy minding their own business, sniffing for dinner close by. So which fact blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe, because this was just one quick meal of knowledge, and there are plenty more fact snacks coming your way.